I'm backing up my truck, I'm gonna hook it up, loading up my boat with all my gear. I've been working hard all week, trying to make ends meet, spending time wishing I was fishing. Well, Terry Wickstrom wants to take you fishing. Gather up your gear and come along. Well, Terry Wickstrom wants to take you fishing.
This is Terry Wickstrom. Join Karen Cullum, Greg Plaggio, and me as we take you to some of our favorite fishing spots from Colorado to Minnesota, the Arctic Circle to Central America and beyond. As we revisit episodes of Mountain States Fishing and Angling Adventures Television on the best of fishing with Terry Wickstrom.
Well, Bill, you drug me out of the Mountain States region from Denver, Colorado, all the way into Missouri. We're going to do some trout fishing in Taneycomo. It's actually the White River, but they call it Lake Taneycomo because it gets so big. Is that right?
That's right. It'll raise from down to where you can walk across it all the way up to probably 20, 30 feet deep, clear up to this bank here where we're standing.
Right, and that's because they're an on-demand power station. When they need electricity in the grid, they run the water. They blow a big horn and say the water's coming.
Right.
And then when they're done, they blow another big horn. And people actually run their boats up here when the water's running.
Yeah.
And then now it's going to get to the point where we can almost wade across it.
It will be. That's where we'll be fishing today, hopefully. If it stays like this, though, this is pretty good fishing, too. It just gets really tough when it's clear up here because you can't cast out of the trees. You just have to wait until it drops down when they got all these turbines running while that water is pumping through here. So.
It's time now for Terry's tackle tip of the week.
So you're going to show us what we're going to rig up with here, and then we're going to get out on the river here and do a little fishing. So why don't you show us the rig we're going to use?
I've done just a little research here before I even came the first time, and the bottom of this river is just full of sow bugs. Okay, a sow bug is like a little roly-poly. Okay, they see a lot of sow bugs though because a lot of the people that are fishing now use a sow bug. This is a sow bug, but it's kind of unique to Montana and Colorado. It's called a Ray Charles. It's just a glorified sow bug, which these fish have never seen. So it's really a dynamite fly for us here.
And we're going to rig a two-nymph system. In fact, you have a great diagram of that, and we'll show that to the people.
All right.
And you kind of tell us a little bit how that system is set up.
Well, what we're going to do first is start with an egg pattern because also this is the Taneycomo coming right straight down below the dam. The water temperature makes the fish think that they can spawn almost year-round.
Because it's constantly in the 40s.
So there's always something spawning here, so an egg is always productive.
Okay.
So we're going to use an egg as our attractor.
All right.
And then what we're going to do is trail, and we're going to run the egg fairly close to the split shot.
Okay.
Okay, because we want that egg bouncing and rolling along the bottom.
And
what I started with a 4X tapered leader, and then I've tapered it down to a 5X to my first fly, where I'm going to put the egg, where I've put the egg, and then from tying right into the bend in the hook in the egg. So I'll run it right in the bend in the hook, run it down, and tie the Ray Charles about 18 inches down below it. And I'm going to debarb it. I debarb everything. A lot of people, really, I think the only reason they put a barb on this thing is to hold the worm on so it doesn't fall off. There's no real reason to have a barb.
You actually get better hook penetration without the barb, and if you keep tension on you, and it's so much easier to release them.
Yep.
And you can harvest some fish here, but we're actually going to release everything we catch. Now we're going to put a small split shot, a little bit smaller than a BB.
It's about a size 1, a little bit smaller than a BB.
And that's right in the knot where the tippet is attached to the leader, right above.
That's what I like to do.
Then it can't slide.
Yeah, I like to put it on my tapered leader actually, right almost on the knot, just above the knot, so that when you're casting it's not going to be flying down and sliding clear down. On an average, I would run my indicators approximately 1.5 to 2 times whatever the depth of the water is. So if we're fishing in 2 feet of water, and we'll be fishing in 2 to 3 feet of water, I'm going to run my my strike indicators approximately 5 to 6 feet from my
from your split shot.
yeah. And with this type of a strike indicator, it's a little bit easier to put it on your line down where the line is real thin,
And then slide it.
and then slide it. And I'll just put them both on here first. I fish with 2.
And 2 is nice because you get that.
Most people don't, okay? And I don't do it to detect my strike as much as I do to make sure I'm getting a good dead drift.
You know, and you taught me that. You and Janice O'Shea, who works out of your shop a lot, taught me that. And first time I nymph fished with an indicator, I used 1. And when you guys taught me to use 2, I mean, it makes all the difference in the world
yeah.
following that drift.
Yep. More important, I truly believe, more important than even what fly you're using is getting a good dead drift. A drift just means it's floating down the river. A dead drift means that it's going to be just looking natural, just about the same speed as the water. And what we're going to do here is get a real natural drift so that it looks real live. So there we have it.
That was Terry's tackle tip for this week, and now back to more angling adventures.
Well, I'm anxious to get out and fish. We're in the Taneycomo Lake, White River below Table Rock in Missouri. I'm with Bill Louthan, and we're going to go and catch some fish.
Okay?
Let's get out there.
Let's go.
There we go, Bill. There we go. There we go. You know, I was trying to be nice. I was
Can they
down
see
there.
your smile all the way from here?
But you know what? I was trying to be nice to you.
What?
This is a pretty nice fish.
It is
well,
a nice...
you were catching them here, and I thought, well, it's just me. You're a better
No.
fly fisherman. And then I walked over here to help you with that last fish, and I saw that hole, and you had that beautiful hole all to yourself. No wonder you were nailing them. This is a nice fish. I don't think it's a monster, but it's a nice
that's
fish.
a nice fish. I saw him come up.
Nice fish.
That is a nice fish.
The nice
You
thing
want me
about
to net him?
Sure. The nice thing about fly rods is you can play a big fish because the rod will help you protect the line.
Yep.
Well, he's pulling hard.
That's a nice fish.
It's a beautiful, beautiful rainbow. I'll try to work him right over to you. And
Well,
he's
that
not
is a
ready.
nice fish.
He's not ready yet, but here he comes. Try to keep his head up, get him over to you. Oh,
He's on that little fly with that light line.
I know, light tippet. The fly could pull out, the tippet could break so easy on a fish this size on 6X tippet.
Lift him.
Oh, yes. Yes, thank you, sir. Oh, I tell you what a beautiful fish. I'll let you get the net. I'll get him out. You say this is just a hair better than average.
Yeah, that's close to average. Turn this hand around.
I will. You know, I don't want to drop him.
He's probably, that's close to average.
Brilliant, brilliant colors on him, Bill. I'm going to get him back in the water, but look at the colors and the bright red stripes and the beautiful fish and that cold water.
He came clear back to there.
That was easily an 18-inch fish, I think.
Probably is.
Close to. Beautiful, beautiful rainbow. Good fight. 6X tippet on a little fly. I tell you, that's
he took the small one.
he took the small fly, and in this current, because the water's still running
The
pretty
old
hard.
Ray Charles.
So
So like I said, even a blind man can catch a fish with that.
hey, I'm standing here right now, and wherever I stand, I create a current break. There's probably 6 trout from 14 to 18 inches right here. What they're doing is they wait for me to move my feet. They get in behind where I'm breaking the current. They won't take my fly, but they're getting in behind the current, and they're waiting for me to move my feet, and they're eating the bugs that my feet kick up. Amazing. It's kind of fun to sit here and watch them feed. You can land it.
Whoa.
That is a big fish. We don't want to lose it. Ooh, that's a nice, nice fish. So, hold him tight, Bill, hold him.
Okay, when I get him to you, I'm going to lift him up.
Got him,
Is he too big for the net?
got him. Was that a brown?
No, they're just real dark
Boy, that's got some coloration to it. Wow, that's a big fish. That's a big fish.
I told you there's some big fish over on this side here. Wow, that is a big fish. Big male.
Yep. Let's give him a good look at it. And then hold this net.
It's a big fish.
Oh, yes it is. Oh, I'm losing my grip on him. I don't want to lose him. I got the
Look at this rascal.
nice fish.
My name's James Savello. I'm the hatchery manager here at Shepherd of the Hills Hatchery. The state of Missouri has 5 trout hatcheries. Shepherd of the Hills is a 400,000 pound hatchery. We supply 750,000 catchable trout to Lake Taneycomo, as well as 10,000 catchable brown trout. And this is a broodstock station. That means that we keep adult fish here for spawning purposes, and we will spawn about 3 million eggs, fertilized eggs annually. We will take our fertilized eggs and bring them in here into the hatchery building, and we can set up 80,000 fertilized eggs in an upwelling jar. The eggs will incubate in this jar for about 40 days, and when they hatch out, we'll move them over here to these aluminum tanks. There'll be about, as I said, about 60 to 70,000 swim-up fish. The photograph behind me shows an eyed egg, and as I said, they'll be in the eyed egg stage for about 40 days, and when they hatch out, the fry, they're called sac fry. They have an embryonic sac attached to the bottom of the fish, and they'll just lay on the bottom and absorb this yolk sac. When they do, they'll swim up into the water column, and that's when we start providing feed to the fish. We'll feed them by hand every 15 minutes, all that they can eat. And after a period of about a month and a half, these fish will be put on inventory and be provided a set daily ration of feed. When we inventory the fish, we'll move them to these larger tanks, and they'll receive a set ration of feed, daily feed, and they're put in these automatic feeders. And about every 15 minutes, the feeders will set off and provide a small amount of that daily ration. Shepherd of the Hills Hatchery is located below a large reservoir, and we get a wide range of annual temperatures from 40 degrees to 60 degrees. This water is supplied through these aeration stacks. Certain times of the year, the dissolved oxygen comes in at a very low level, and these stacks are installed here to help aerate the water so we can raise 25,000 fish in a single raceway. And we'll keep them in these raceways until their stockable size, which is 10 to 11 inches. The Branson Tri-Lakes area is one of the top destinations for bus tours. So naturally, Shepherd of the Hills Hatchery gets a lot of visitors, 250,000 visitors a year. Our conservation center here at Shepherd of the Hills is open year-round. We provide guided tours from Memorial Day to Labor Day. There's fish feed available here that you can feed the fish. We have an auditorium where we provide a 10 to 15 minute video of all the operations that goes on here at the hatchery, from feeding fish, spawning fish, and stocking fish. And all the visitors seem to be happy with their time here at Shepherd of the Hills.
See that kind of a light spot in the middle?
Yeah.
I mean, down,
Towards
cast
us.
up almost to the white water, or
Yeah.
kind of even into the white water, because I think what they do is they're laying there watching stuff come out of that water. And generally where you'll take it, in fact, if you watch that little lighter spot there, you'll see them move back and forth across it. So the good thing is that they're in here feeding.
So we're going to do the nymphing slowed down a little bit. We're going to switch to a dry fly and use that a CDC caddis. And below that, we're still going to run a nymph because we still caught a lot of fish on those nymphs.
This little red antlet.
And
Dang it.
There's a little inlet here where there's water running in, and we can see the fish kind of facing into that current, picking stuff up as it washes down. So we're going to cast a dry fly with a nymph under it and let it float down. And it's amazing the transformation this place has gone through. Where our camera is sitting right now was underwater just not that long ago. And there's people here fishing around us, and there's this huge rock bar that was all where you saw us catching the fish earlier.
Good luck.
How close to can I want me to get?
Actually, with this wind behind you, should be able to lay one right up in there. And then you got to strip pretty fast.
You want it up?
That's good. Now strip. You got to strip pretty fast. Right down through there. You went right over a fish. I saw him. And that's about far enough. They aren't taking anything down there. That's good. Oh. Is that a fish?
No, I thought I saw something.
There you got
I got
him.
one when on the cast
You got
back.
him. Let me get out of the way here, big boy.
Oh,
Oh no!
Came off.
He came up and took a little, actually it's a little size 22 Adams. He came at it twice. I missed him the first time. He turned right around and took it. It's awfully light tippet. Come on, boy. What do you think of that? Nice fish.
You getting yours, Bill?
Yeah, I think they're about the same size.
A double. Mine's another little one too. But I tell you, you know, it's a good sign for this fishery though that there's all year classes of fish here.
Yep.
We've caught some really big ones and some nice little ones. I'm gonna let this go before Bill sees it because it's really small. Mine was way bigger than yours.
First off, I'm gonna agree with you. Because mine was pretty little. That's a nice fish.
Oh yeah.
Let him run.
Oh, nice
You know,
fish.
coming in the evening like this, I think this is the time to be here.
I saw him, I had just cast out and my nymph hadn't sunk yet, and he came up and just took it. I mean, I saw him come out of the water almost like taking a dry fly. Oh, this is a nice fish. This is my
I'll
best.
come down and help you land him. That
Yeah.
looks like a fish.
I think that's my best fish of the day. I don't want to put too much pressure on him.
Just tire him a little bit.
I got 6X tippet on that bottom fly. If you can get down below him, I'll try to ease him backwards
that is a
into
nice
your net.
fish.
I can't put any more pressure on him. I have to come down after him. There he is. Can you get him?
Not down there. See if you can. When he comes up here by me, lift him if you can.
I'm trying. He's not lifting.
Whoa, there you go. Okay, now lift him if you can.
I can't put any more pressure on him than I am.
He's just out of reach. That's a big fish.
I'm gonna try to get him over this way.
If you lose him, he'll be bigger than he actually is, but that's
Well,
a big
if I lose
fish.
him, he's 10 pounds. We're gonna get him. He's tiring out now. Uh-oh. Okay, I got him, I think. There he runs. One more. I don't want him to pull out at the last minute here. All right. Thank you, sir.
Well, that's a big fish. That is a big fish.
Here you go. Wow. Wow.
What a way to end it.
What a great battle. This can be my last fish of the day.
You're gonna quit at this, huh?
Oh man, I tell you. I don't know if I'll quit, but I'm gonna take a break. I know that this is let it down a little bit. This is a nice fish. I tell you what, folks, it doesn't get much better than this. I don't know who's more tired, him or me. What a beautiful, look at the colors. Probably the most vibrantly prettiest colored fish that I caught all day. Beautiful, beautiful, thick, heavy rainbow. You know, I'm gonna revive him for a while, but I guess I don't have to. There he goes.
There he goes, darting away. Strong fish.
Oh, man, your net, I guess. Lake Taneycomo.
Lake Taneycomo.
Below Table Rock, just outside of Branson, Missouri. I don't think you can have a much better day, could you?
No.
And the neat thing about
all
this
day long, from the minute we got here.
And the neat thing about it is you get this beautiful scenery, great fishing, and the best part of the day might be yet to come. We'll go to some shows and have some dinner. What a great place to spend a vacation, a long weekend, a fishing trip, or a family outing. You know, get down to the Branson area, enjoy the fishing. This is just one of the opportunities down here. You've got all the lakes. And join us next week.